Several years ago, the museum acquired this partially restored Australian Grant Tank. The previous owner had done quite a bit of work to it as it was converted into a farm vehicle after World War II, but unfortunately he did not have the means to finish the restoration. Straight after the completion of the Armour Jagd Panther, Daryl and Jesse were given this project to restore next on the 13th of September 2022. It arrived 316 days ago, blasted and primed and ready for the restoration to begin. Now the project is drawing to a close, so enjoy this final episode of the Armour Grant Tank Restoration Series. With the top coat applied, all that's left to do is to kit out the last few fixtures and accessories. Ryan got in early and wired these headlights. They're a great little touch, as you'll soon see. These mesh screens were an Australian modification and were designed to provide the roof of the tank with standoff protection from satchel charges, anti-tank grenades and magnetic mines. Along with extra bolt-on front armour to give protection against 47mm anti-tank guns, these modifications were designed specifically for a mainland Japanese invasion of Australia and subsequent counter-offensives in the Pacific Islands.
Yep. So the shorter side goes onto the bit of flat bar that's welded onto the mesh, and the other side sits on the actual top of the hull. Put them on loose for now.
We'll do this round one here.
Yep.
I would have hated to be the guy that had to design these. Come up with the idea.
Reminds me of like a school fence.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, see, that's why they're being designed, just to lock in. Got to go that way a bit. Pretty good there with yours, yeah?
Yeah.
It's just this one, if not long enough.
I'm so lucky to be able to get this, original mesh. Fairly rare, only on Australian grants. So
That never saw service.
that never saw service, but we were prepared.
We were ready.
Actually, I think I read somewhere that 3 grants went up to the islands, but only 1 was actually used. But yeah, so
there was one.
it went out on a mission but never fired any ammunition or anything, so I never saw any action. So yours is all pretty good? You happy I tightened it?
Yeah, tighten them. Go for it.
Next, the boys fit the track grousers to these rails Daryl mounted last time. If there was a fire inside the vehicle, a man on the outside could pull on these cords to activate the fire extinguishing system. We'll be using certified handheld fire extinguishers when the vehicle's in use, but we will fit these little handles for completeness.
Just hold it.
Yeah, I'm lining it up, yep.
Yep.
Live ordnance in this tank is a definite no-no, but these replica rounds will really pop in the turret basket, so to speak.
That looks good. You may notice we're one short. We've got one in the spout. Let's get one here started so I don't kill myself. There's 3 blokes in this, in the Grant. There's not a lot of room.
We were considering leaving the gunner's seat out as it makes it really tricky to get in and out of the vehicle, but the boys insisted. The original seat for this type of tank would have had a folding back, but since we could only source one for an early war variant which would have been fixed, Jesse has carefully added a swivel system to make it easier for the driver to get in and out of.
Yep.
Oh, it does swivel. It's got a few flat spots now.
That's probably a good area, actually. That's there. Alright. Needs to be, have you still got that rubber mallet? It needs to be knocked in. Are you stuck?
Oh no, I'm out.
I'm
Pulling that on, did that help?
I can't get that with that. Have you got a socket?
It's much more cramped now, but at last it's time to take it over to the museum so that Jason can get to work on his unit markings. Due to popular demand, we brought one of Jono's tanks down from our storage facility to clean it up and partially assemble it for display. Ron Fry's taking the lead on that little project. It won't be a full restoration, but at least people can see it when they visit the museum.
coming in at the top?
Drive's good. A little bit slower than that. Yeah, drive's good.
A little bit slower.
Yeah, than what I thought it would have driven.
Oh, we'll get it on the track when it's ready.
Yeah, that's it, definitely. Get it a bit better. Yeah, that's good.
With help from military historians like Mike Cecil and Pierre Oliver from the Surviving Grant Tank's website, Jason can now apply the correct unit markings for this vehicle. It's a really tricky job and it takes patience and a steady hand.
Mine is a middle number.
There are a few more markings to go on and finish, but with rainy weather scheduled for the next few days, we decided to apply them later and finally put this incredible project to the ultimate test.
First proper test drive? That's it, first test drive on the track. Alright, good luck mate.
3 laps of our track, and apart from some excess coolant coming out of the overflow of the radiator, everything seems to be working perfectly.
Keep lapping. How's the temperature and all that sort of stuff?
How's the temperature?
78.
Yep. I'm going for a ride.
Oh, jump in?
Yeah. Don't go yet. Can I hop in too?
Of course you can.
Does he want to drive it? Daryl, you
No,
want to drive it?
Daryl just wants a ride, a free ride. That'll be $300, mate.
Hey, you got to pay before you get in.
Staff discount, $2.90.
Yeah.
Who wanted a double bacon cheeseburger?
This is the first full restoration of a running vehicle on the channel. We've had our ups and downs with the project, but seeing it out on the track and now on display has made it all worth it. To think that just 1 year ago, there was barely a shell of a tank here. And now, after a huge effort from Daryl, Jesse and Ryan, here it is, in all its glory.
Nice one.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, no, good to finally see it come to fruition and get a ride in it. You put a couple of months of work into it, and it's good to see it move.
It's good. I'm really happy with it.
Yeah?
Bit quicker than I thought it was going to be. Final product. It looks good. So got a little bit of dirt on it now.
Yeah, broken in.
Broken in. So yeah, no, we're very happy with it.
Congrats, man. Awesome. The Grant Tank is often thought of as a heavily flawed and unwieldy vehicle. While this might have been the case in some aspects, throughout making this series I can't help but now admire it. It has such an iconic look. And while not as complex and precise as the German vehicles, the simplicity in design and quality of the parts are a testament to American industry and engineering. Even though it never saw active service, this tank is also a very important part of Australian military history, and we are extremely proud to be able to display it here at the Australian Armour and Artillery Museum. Thank you for joining us throughout this amazing journey. That's all we have time for today. Join us next Wednesday for your weekly tank restoration fix. So until then, I'm Kurt from Oz Armour, and I'll see you on the next one.